Indonesia is enriched by the diversity of fisheries community, one of which is milkfish. Milkfish is one of the most famous commodity in Banten Province, Indonesia. In 2017, milkfish cultivation production in Indonesia reached up to 701,000 tons, and 25,000 tons of it were produced in Banten Province. Milkfish is used by the local society as a local specialty food product, one of which is milkfish sate or sate bandeng. In processing milkfish as the local specialty food, it also produces large amount of milkfish scales waste per day. Milkfish scales waste creates unpleasant odors, reduce environmental aesthetics, and pollutes the environment.
Saya mulai misah dari orang tua itu 2014, 6 tahun ya, mandiri gitu. Tapi kalau produksi keluarga mah dari 1974. Kalau hitungan kilo per hari itu 17 kilo sampai 20 kilo, standar itu ya. Kalau weekend, kayak hari Sabtu, Minggu atau libur nasional itu bisa jadi 3 kali lipat. Belum, sampai sekarang belum, dari dulu sampai sekarang belum. Ya. Dibuang aja ya.
The components contained in milkfish scales including 70% of water, 27% of protein, 1% of fat, and 2% of ash. Let us introduce our team.
My name is Akbar Gama Refarjan.
My name is Yasir Khumasi.
My name is Arsya Pratama.
My name is Jakaroni Sofa.
My name is Dara Utami Damayanti. We are from Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University, Indonesia.
Proudly present MISS-CALEBENT, Milkfish Scales Adsorbent, synthesis and application of Chitosan from milkfish scales, chanos as adsorbent for chromium metal waste. The research method of producing milkfish scales adsorbent divided into 3 stages: deproteination, demineralization, and deacetylation. For deproteination process, the milkfish scales have been dried using UV rays and oven. Milkfish scales were mixed with 1 liter of 3.5% sodium hydroxide and stirred for 1 hour with constant temperature at 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. After that, the precipitate was filtered off until the liquid is separated. The precipitate is then dried for 30 minutes in 100 degrees Celsius until dried thoroughly. For demineralization and deacetylation process, the method is similar as before. The demineralization process is using 1 normal of hydrochloric acid with a ratio 1:6 at room temperature without stirring. Meanwhile, deacetylation using 50% of sodium hydroxide with a ratio 1:10 at a temperature of 80 to 90 degrees Celsius for 1 hour with stirring. The Chitosan product produced is in the form of brownish white powder. Furthermore, the Chitosan product was mixed with 10 milliliters of 100 ppm of potassium dichromate solution with stirring for 15 minutes. From the analysis using UV spectrophotometer, the highest adsorption efficiency of Chitosan adsorbent without activation process was 20.83% at 0.4 grams of Chitosan mass. In addition, from the FTIR test result of milkfish scales, Chitosan had a deacetylation degree of 64.082%, higher than the value of commercial Chitosan deacetylation degree of 64.05%. Based on the result of some analysis, milkfish scales Chitosan has a porous surface morphological structure, so it can adsorb chromium heavy metal. Milkfish scales Chitosan have several advantages, including the price is cheaper than the commercial Chitosan and environmentally friendly compared to other chemicals. For the future plans, equipment development is divided into 2 stages. For the initial development, Chitosan adsorbent will be applied to the equipment prototype and using a combination of adsorption coagulation process that can be result in a reduction of chromium concentration efficiency up to 97%. Heavy metal waste is pumped from the wastewater collection basin to the adsorption basin. In this step, the Chitosan adsorbent will come into contact with heavy metal ions so that ion change occurs. They continued with the coagulation process with PAC in the next step. After the coagulation process, the stream will pass through the clarifier which has an angle. That function is to increase the friction force of lids and particles, so sedimentation velocity will be increased. The flock will settle in the clarifier using slow stirring and the precipitate will drop down and the clean water will go up and out into the clean water outlet tub. For the second stage of the industrial scale, the design is made into 4 blocks, which are supported by 2 pumps that work alternately with the aim of extending the life of the pump. For the electricity needs of the pump and agitators, we innovate using solar panels and wind turbines. The solar panels on the roof of wastewater treatment unit function to avoid increased flow rate due to rainwater and also absorb the solar energy. Such a design will make operating costs more safe and efficient.